We'll go over 25 through 30. Do we need to go? I think we did 24 in class. I'm pretty sure we did. So we shouldn't have had any problems with that one. Oh, okay. So number 25 says the square root of 16a squared b cubed, right? Okay. Not 16, 160. 160 a squared b cubed. Alright. So first what we have to do is we have to find the biggest perfect square that goes into 160. What do you guys think that is?
16.
Okay, so you should have broken it down into 16 and 10. Is everybody with me on that?
Yes.
And I expect everybody to be reworking these unless you got them right. And then I kind of still would like you to write them down just to be safe. Alright, so what is the square root of 16?
4.
4. Okay, so that comes to the outside. Now, what is our index of the square root? 2. So 2 goes into 2 how many times? 1. So you bring out 1a. 2 goes into 3 how many times? 1 with 1 left over. So what else is in the house with that b? So 10b. Good. You got that one right. That's good.
Wait,
Yes.
so 16 would be the,
Yes. Okay, so what we did first, no, you're fine. We broke it down into 16 and 10 because that's the biggest perfect square that goes into it, okay? And then, so we took the square root of 16 and we got 4. Now our index is 2, so we did 2 into 2, we got 1. 2 into 3, we got 1 with 1 left over. That's why that b is under here. This 10 is the friend that's by himself, so he stays in the house. Alright, 26 is the square root of 512 x squared yz. Alright, so the biggest perfect square that goes into 512 is 256. So we get 256 times 2. Now, if you still don't see how to get this part, go to your little card that you have and divide by the perfect squares. Not the counting numbers, the perfect squares. That's the middle one. Does everybody understand?
C.
Okay. What's the square root of 256?
8.
256, the square root is 16. Thank you. You have to choose the biggest.
Oh, it shows 8 and 64.
Okay, what's the square root of it? The biggest perfect square that goes into 8 is 4. So 8 has a perfect square in it. That's why we're choosing the biggest. So that it's completely factored. Alright, so then you get 16. Now our index is 2. So 2 goes into 2 how many times?
1.
Now, can it go into either y or z? No, because there's just 1. So they stay in the house. 2, y, Blair, z. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes. I did.
Alright, are we ready for 27? Or do we need another minute? Does anybody need another minute? Thank you. Alright, 27 is the square root of 144 a cubed b squared c cubed. Alright, 144 is a perfect square. What's the square root of 144? 12. Okay? Now we do our variables. How many times does 2 go into 3?
1.
Once with how many left over? 1. Alright, how many times does 2 go into 2? How many times does 2 go into 3? With? So A, C is in the house.
Why wouldn't we put the 2? Yeah.
What 2, baby?
Like, you know how to put a square? Or is it 12 and 2?
It's not 12 and 2, it's 12 and 12.
Oh, just use
Yeah. Because remember, square root is not cutting in half.
Oh, dang.
Half of 144 is 72. So it's not cutting in half. Why? It's a perfect square. Just take the square root of it. You don't have to do that. Yes.
I don't know all the last one. I still don't understand how you got 16.
What's the square root of 256? We use the biggest perfect square that goes into it. 64 is not the biggest. If you did 64, alright, so if you do 512, you have 64 and 8, right? So this breaks into 8 and 8. This breaks into 4 and 2. The square root of 64 is 8. You take the square root of this, it's 2. 8 times 2 is 16. So you're still going to have 16 on the outside no matter what. But you use the biggest so that you don't have to break this down again. That's why I keep saying that every time. Because you don't want to break it down more than once, because that's just extra work. Alright, 28. Does anybody have any questions on 27? Are we sure?
I put the 12 on one of the 12. I put one 12 on the outside and one on the inside.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Tater.
So if there's 2 of them.
So you get everything.
Yes, if there's 2 of the same number, he goes to the outside. We took the square root of him. Alright, 28 is the square root of 567. And we have r to the 10th, s to the 7th, t squared. So the biggest perfect square that goes into 567 is 81. And you get 81 in what? Okay. Alright, now what's the square root of 81?
9.
Okay, so that's what comes to the outside. Alright, how many times does 2 go into 10?
5.
So r to the 5th. How many times does 2 go into 7?
3.
With how many left over?
1.
How many times does 2 go into 2?
1.
Alright, so 7 is left over, s.
It's easy when you do it. Yeah.
I can't read this.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Alright, 29. Just imagine my voice in your head when you're at home working out the problems.
I just imagine you.
Stop. Creepy.
No, not that.
Van, we don't need your weirdo perverted comments.
I was talking about the word that we thought of.
Alright, 192. Biggest perfect square that goes into 192. 64 and what?
3.
Alright, what's the square root of 64?
8.
Alright, 2 goes into 4 how many times? 2 goes into 16 how many times? And 3 is left in the house. Woo! Did you say how or ow? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I got that one right. Oh, yes. I got 2 right. Nobody agrees. Sorry, no.
30? Okay. Are we done with 29?
Yes.
Do we have any questions on 29? Are we sure?
Positive.
Okay. 30 says the square root of 72, x, y to the 11th, z to the 6th. Okay. The biggest perfect square that goes into 72 is 36. Okay, what's the square root of 36? 6. Alright, we cannot go into 1, so the x stays in the house. How many times does 2 go into 11? 5 with 1 left over. How many times does 2 go into 6? Alright, inside the house is 2xy.
You have 6 on the board. That's why we thought we got it wrong.
I got that one right.
Because we marked it on the 6.
Okay, sorry.
I got that one right.
Super sorry.
It's scary.
It scared you? It's not scary. It's not scary, guys. The world is coming to an end. Alright. Does everybody understand? Are we sure?
Yes.
Clearly we need more practice, right?
Well, I'm gonna miss that.
Huh? Look at you go. High five. Take a point for your team. Because she got them all right.
I should have played for birthday.
Take a point for your team. At the front where they always are.
But we already had ours, but I just found it. It was under my behind.
You were hiding it from yourself? Alright, so do we need more practice for this?
Yes.
Okay, you have a test Wednesday. Because we're not going to get to adding and subtracting today. So what I want you to do right now is you're going to work on the color sheet. You're going to work on the exponent color sheet. There is also another sheet at the front that you need to get. So you can send one person up to your table to get this. Now, this is just baby baby radical review.
Somewhat.
Alright, please listen to me. Listen. You are going to work on your iHeart's exponent. Then you're going to work on this. This is baby radicals. Baby breaking down radicals. Some of them are perfect squares, some of them are not. Baby breaking down. I'm going to go make copies for you to have other ones. There are 4 different types of radicals that you can work out. You need to pick the one that you need to work on the most. Does everybody understand? If you pick more than one, it is bonus and can make up for any missed homework that you have.